4 years ago, I made the decision to start working out regularly, and that one decision completely changed my life. I glowed up in ways that I never thought was possible. I went from this to this, from feeling like this to feeling like this. And that is why in today's video, I am giving you a clear blueprint on how to start your own fitness journey without feeling overwhelmed, without being crippled by self-doubt, without shaming yourself, and without losing out on things that you really want to do. This information is a condensation of years of learning packed into a 30-minute video. So make sure you're taking notes. Make sure you're watching till the end because I'm also going to be sharing my own workout routine and a few tips on how you can get started right away. And if this is a topic you care about, go ahead, hit that like button because that helps me reach more people. Now, for most of us who struggle to start working out and make it a consistent habit, it's because exercising seems like such a difficult, a daunting task. It seems like something that will take up so much of our time, so much of our effort and energy, and you would much rather do something more fun, like watching Netflix when you have free time. I know this, I have been there. That is why here are 4 mindset shifts that can help you tackle that very easily. 1. Fitness is supposed to add to your life, not take away from it. Now, this is perhaps the single biggest mindset shift that has motivated me to become consistent with my workouts. Most of us, when we think about working out, we think that we, need to wake up at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m., train like an athlete, have that period of struggle to really see the results that we want, go to the gym every single day, and have our lives revolve around fitness. But if you look at the research, most of these things are not actually really necessary for optimal health. Technically, even if you're working out 15 minutes a day, you are working towards becoming a healthier version of yourself and you're doing it effortlessly. So keep that in mind while you watch the rest of this video. 2. I am doing this for me. The moment you start looking at exercising as an act of self-love, that very moment it becomes a lot easier to turn it into a routine, to stick to it, to find it enjoyable. Just think about your day. How many activities do you truly do for yourself? Exercising can actually be that activity, that time that you take out for yourself away from the drama of daily life. And the best part is that it truly helps improve every single aspect of your life. 3. Understanding what fitness and working out can do for you is insanely motivating. Knowledge is insanely motivating. I have spent over 5 years learning about fitness and nutrition because of PCOD, and I wanted to understand how to manage PCOD better. And that actually had a very interesting result. The more knowledge I gained on the subject, the more motivated I became to stay consistent with my workouts. Regular physical exercise undoubtedly improves every single aspect of your life. I cannot say this enough times. Your physical health, your mental health, your immunity, your recovery rate, and your overall quality of life. It affects every single thing. And my favorite is the impact that it has on our mental health. It not only improves like your mood, your cognition, your sleep, all of those things, but it actually makes you mentally stronger. It makes you more resilient in times of struggle. And that is something very few other things in life can actually give you. And number 4, showing up is half the battle won. I have been working out for 4 years and I still have days where I feel like I don't want to go to the gym, or I wish I could skip this, workout today, or I don't want to go for that run in the evening. All of those things, right? But on those days, I just remind myself to show up. Even if I just walk for 15 minutes on the treadmill, that's better than sitting on my ass all day long. Even if I do one exercise or one rep or one set, that is enough because today I was not in a position to give my 100% and I still showed up. And that's enough for the day. And next we come to actually working out. And in this section, we are going to talk about how to create a routine that fits your needs, a routine that you feel like you want to stick to, a routine that is fun for you. Step 1 of finding that routine is finding activities that you enjoy doing. No brainer, right? So if you're just starting your fitness journey, doing literally anything is better than sitting on your bum all day. This means that you can pick literally any activity that you enjoy. It could be playing a sport, swimming, walking, running, going to the gym, attending a yoga class, doing Pilates, working out at home. whatever you fancy. Now, after all these years of working out, I know that I enjoy running. I enjoy playing sports like badminton that involves just one other person. I really enjoy going to the gym, and I actually love Pilates and yoga as well. So that's like 4 different activities, right? Now, it's understandable that if you're just starting out, you might be confused about what you like. So for that, just make it a point to try different things, maybe once a week, maybe twice a week. Try out all of these things that I just mentioned, like one by one, right? Take a friend along with you if you want and see what feels fun to you. Make a list of the few different things that you enjoy and then make those a priority, right? That's how I arrived at the 4 things that I enjoy doing. But one thing that I want you guys to keep in mind, regardless of what activities you pick going forward, try and incorporate a mix of strength training or resistance training into your routine as well. I know that a lot of people don't enjoy going to the gym, so maybe weighted workouts at home or weighted Pilates workouts or going to a reformer Pilates class or something like that. Any form of resistance training is extremely important because focusing on strengthening your muscles is one of the best things that you can do for your body, and the benefits last for years. So do what you find fun, but also try and incorporate a few of these strength training, resistance training workouts to have a really holistic plan that supports the needs of your body. This brings us to step number 2, which is defining your goals. Ask yourself what you want to do, what you want to achieve with your workouts. Being fit should technically be everybody's goal. It should be everybody's priority. But besides that, besides getting fit, do you want to build muscle? Do you want to lose fat? Do you want to gain weight? Do you want to become better at a sport? Do you want to train for a marathon? Or do you want to improve your mental health? Or maybe you just want to reduce the stress in your day-to-day life. Having a goal basically allows you to tailor your workouts to suit those needs instead of just randomly beating around the bush. Let's say that my goal is to train for a marathon, but I just keep going to the gym and lifting weights because that's an activity I enjoy, and then I go and play sports with my friends, but I'm not really running. So when the marathon day comes, am I going to be able to run? No, right? And it's not that you cannot exercise for multiple goals at once. Like right now, I am exercising for building muscle and also training for a marathon. But you have to understand that when you train for multiple goals at once, it just increases the amount of time that it will take you to get the results that you want, as opposed to if you were just focusing on one goal. So let's say I was just focusing on muscle building, that would mean I would get those results much faster as opposed to me focusing on muscle building and fat loss at the same time. This brings us to step number 3, which is making your workouts sustainable. You could have the most perfect, scientifically backed routine in the world, but if your workouts feel like they're getting in the way of your life, you are not going to stick to them. Sustainability is the key to getting the results and sticking to your fitness journey in the long term. What I personally like to do is figure out what is actually a sustainable amount of time that I can give to my fitness on a day-to-day basis. And then I optimize what I can do in that time frame. For example, right now I know that I can easily work out 5 to 6 times a week, and I have an hour or an hour and a half every day to do that. And that's great. I can really prioritize my fitness goals. But when I was working a full-time job, I did not have this amount of time. That might be the case for you. So one way that you can figure out how much time you actually have is to just make a list of your daily non-negotiable activities like work, maybe taking care of your kids, maybe even Netflix if that's something that you enjoy. Whatever you have to and whatever you want to do, unka list bana lo, and then see how much time you realistically have for working out. Maybe it's 30 minutes, that's great. Maybe it's just 15 minutes, and that's fine too. Maybe you can only work out or exercise 3 times in a week to begin with, and that's absolutely okay as well. Be honest with yourself, and then once you are honest and once you decode how much time you have, make a commitment to stick to that minimum daily time limit and work up from there. So if you have just 15 minutes a day to work out, make sure that you are working out for those 15 minutes. Put on a YouTube video and start working out alongside that. Maybe go for a 15-minute walk. Maybe just do a routine of like 5 exercises like jumping jacks and planks in your living room. Maybe join an online class. Whatever works for you, incorporate that and build up from there. Don't go too big too quickly because you're more likely to burn out and it's not going to be sustainable and you're not going to stick to it. This brings us to step number 4, which is to create or find a plan to stick to. Personally, having plan works so well for me. This way, I don't have to spend time thinking every day about what workout to do. Second, it helps me stay motivated or stick to my routine when my motivation drops, and that happens very often. So if I don't have a plan and my motivation drops, I am most likely to not do anything at all. But if I have a plan in place, I know that I can do it just for 15 minutes and that'll be okay too. And this means that having a plan also gives me the flexibility to experiment within that set plan. Also, if you follow a good plan which is tailored for your goals, it will help you reach your goals faster. No brainer. Now, there are a lot of different ways for you to get a plan for yourself. I personally use this app called BPN Training. It's a Garmin fitness app and it's free to download, it's free to use, it's free to track, all of that jazz. It's a great app, like it has great programs, and I'm currently doing their 12-week hybrid athlete plan, which has 5 days of working out with 3 strength training workouts and 3 running workouts, because it also helps you train for a marathon, right? But it also has days where it asks me to do a strength training workout and a running workout on the same day. I don't have the time for that. I cannot spend 3 hours in the gym, and I do not honestly have the energy to spend 3 hours a day working out. So I've actually split that to fit my needs. I do a 6-day workout schedule instead of 5, and I do 1 workout every single day, which takes me about 45 to 90 minutes depending on what workout it is, right? Now, if you're a complete beginner, this can be a slightly tough plan to follow because 1, it requires knowledge of gym exercises, plus it is quite intense. So I would not recommend starting with this, even though I shared it. Instead, let me share a few different workout programs that you can actually begin with. If you like working out at home, then Blogilates, Chloe Ting and Growing Ananas have great plans. They have dedicated playlists on their YouTube channel and they have calendars on their websites that you can download, track, use, follow along, all of that. Great workouts at home. Wonderful. Absolutely love them. I actually started my fitness journey with Blogilates and Chloe Ting. 2, if you want to get started with gym exercises, I actually cannot recommend Sydney Cummings enough. Love her. I started my gym journey with her. She taught me so much about correct form, how to do different exercises, how many reps to do, how to know if you're training till failure. Again, she has monthly calendars as playlists on her YouTube channel and website, and you can just follow along. And this way you end up learning how to go to the gym and do exercises, and then you can eventually move on to the gym if you want to. 3, if you are already working out in the gym and you want plans that you can follow, well, BPN Training has great ones. I am also going to link 3 or 4 more websites that offer free plans that you can actually download and follow along, and then you can track your progress accordingly. Usually these are like 8-week or 12-week programs, and then you follow these, you see your progress, and then you can proceed accordingly. You can also ask the trainers in your gyms to give you workout plans if that's something that you enjoy. And if you join a class like a yoga class or a Pilates class, they already have a set workout program, so you just need to follow along. But please keep in mind that this is not an exhaustive list. This is not the only way that you can work out. These are things that have helped me turn fitness into a routine. These are some of the creators, these are some of the fitness influencers that I actually started with and saw great results with. And so I am sharing the message forward. Again, if you don't like working out alone, you can sign up for classes. I recently also tried boxing. I absolutely loved it, but it was way too intense for my everyday. Like one session used to last 90 minutes and it was so tiring. It was like 1000 calorie session, 1000 calorie workout. So by the time that I came back, I had no energy left to do anything else. And I am a working person, so that is not something that I can afford on the day-to-day, right? But usually for classes like this, for any fitness class that you join, they have a 3-day per week or 12 days per month sort of training program. And that's a great way to begin your fitness journey with, because that means that you're not overtraining, you fall into a routine and you learn how to move your body, and you learn under the care of a professional, which means your risk of injury is also minimized, right? Plus, it also makes it a lot more fun to do this with other people. So you get to meet new people in the fitness community, and that is very, very fun and very liberating in itself. The next step is something that is just as important as your workout routine is your pre-workout routine. What you do to get into the workout state of mind. I usually work out during the day, so for me this looks like making a cup of coffee, deciding what podcast I'm going to listen to when I'm working out, going over what I need to do for that day, choosing a cute gym fit, and yeah, then heading to the gym. Your pre-workout can look like whatever you want it to look like. It just needs to be something that gets you in the groove. A lot of people actually come to the gym and do their pre-workout like routine. They'll mix coffee and they'll drink it at the gym while, mentally prepping for starting to work out. Whatever works for you. But having this separation basically helps you prepare mentally to get into that zone of working out and to give it your all, right? I am a sucker for routines, so obviously having a pre-workout routine is also very important to me. And speaking about that, we come to the next step, which is cute workout outfits. Now, I can't speak for others, but for me, cute gym outfits are also as much of a motivator as the rest of the things we've discussed so far. Now, I don't look like traditional fitness influencers. I am never going to be the person who is able to go to a gym and work out in a sports bra because I know that I'm not going to be comfortable. But I love cool t-shirts. I love graphic t-shirts, and I have a whole shelf full of graphic t-shirts for the gym. I also love functional clothing, so things that have pockets where I can keep my, headphones, I can keep my phone, and I don't have to leave it lying around in the gym. So some of my favorite brands to get stuff from are Decathlon for sports bras, for shoes, for leggings, for swimwears, and some basic t-shirts. Then there's H&M and Soul Store for graphic t-shirts. Absolutely love them. For anybody who asks me where my graphic t-shirts are from, it's either of these two places. And then I have Nike by Nykaa for like leggings, gym shorts. There's also one other brand on Myntra that I'll link down below where you get those 2-in-1 running shorts which are tight in the bottom, then they have like this ruffle on top, so that also looks very cute. Okay, now before I close this section of what to do, I quickly want to touch upon cycle syncing your workouts. Now, this has become quite a big hit for women across the internet, and I definitely feel that there's a lot of merit to the concept of cycle syncing. But the issue is that we don't have enough research on this just yet to actually make generalized statements. What I say might not be applicable to you. That is what I mean, right? So far, we know that women have 4 different menstrual phases in their cycle, right? So the first one is menstruation, where you are bleeding, where you have your period basically. And during this time, the estrogen levels in your body drop and your uterus lining is shedding. So it lasts for 2 to 7 days depending on how long or short your cycle is, right? The second phase is the follicular phase, which is the phase just after your period when all your symptoms subside and you kind of feel normal. The third phase after your follicular phase, which comes roughly 15 to 20 days after your period is over, is ovulation. And this is when your ovary releases a new egg and it comes into the fallopian tube on the side. And this is when you have another set of fluctuations in your hormones where your estrogen levels go down and your progesterone levels in your body start to rise. And then you have your final phase, which is your luteal phase, which is again the phase right before your period comes. So in this phase, again, your estrogen levels begin to rise and the uterus lining starts to thicken and your body starts to prepare for a potential pregnancy. Now, the reason that I think cycle syncing is very important is because every single month, women's bodies prepare for pregnancy. So it's quite a bit of hormonal fluctuation, right? There are several other hormones also besides progesterone and estrogen included in the mix, but these are 2 of the major ones. And most of the research that has been done so far on women's menstrual cycles suggests that most women go through a similar up and down, right? So ovulation के time पे यही चीज होती है, luteal phase के time पे यही चीज होती है, similar trajectory होता है सबका. But the issue is that some women are more sensitive to these fluctuations than other women, which means that somebody might get cramps on all days of their period, somebody might not get cramps at all, somebody might get acne while they're ovulating, and somebody might not get acne at all. For me personally, when that ovulation phase starts, I notice it because I start to get hormonal acne, my energy levels start to slightly go down. Then when I enter the luteal phase, my energy levels dip and my skin becomes dull. Those acne marks that have come up are staying and sticking there. There's a lot of sebum production in the skin. So that's how I know that I've entered from one phase to another. But it might not be the same for you, which is why cycle syncing anything, including workouts, becomes difficult to generalize. Personally, I find it very hard to track as well, because unless you're doing blood tests, there is no way for you to know the exact day and date of when your hormonal fluctuations happen, right? You can only notice it via the symptoms that you have. If you don't have a lot of symptoms, you might not notice it at all. So the few simple rules I follow right now to cycle sync my workouts are: 1, I don't work out on the first 2-3 days of my period. I only have cramps on the first day. But if I start workout, or if I incorporate something that's intense like activity, it usually makes my cramps last for longer. So I've learned that through trial and error, and now I no longer do that. I just rest, recover for the first 2-3 days, and the next 2-3 days I do very light workouts. So I'll go for a walk, or I'll do a little bit of yoga, I'll do a little bit of Pilates, and that's it. Secondly, when I'm in my luteal phase, which is the phase just before your period, my energy is generally low, like I mentioned. So while I still follow my fitness plan, so I'll follow my BP and strength training plan, I will reduce the intensity of my workout. So if I lift 30 kg chest press on a regular day, now I will go down to 10 kgs, or maybe I'll go down to 5 kgs, and that will make it a lot easier on my body to just balance it out, to not expend as much energy. I will reduce the number of reps that I do. I will probably replace my runs with walking. And so that is the slight change that I make in the intensity of working out. And most plans that you find on the internet about cycle syncing your workouts will also give you a similar trajectory, where they will tell you to alter the intensity of your workouts. They'll tell you to do your highest intensity workouts in your follicular and your ovulation phase, and then do your lower intensity workouts in your luteal and your menstrual phase. So that's the general consensus for this, but you can obviously fine tune it to your own needs. If you are somebody who is not getting low on energy during your luteal phase, you are more than welcome to try and continue working out, because you also have to understand that our bodies are highly adaptable. So if you are somebody who has been working out for 10 years straight, increasing or decreasing the intensity with your menstrual cycle might not have as much of an impact as for somebody who is just starting out. So you have to understand your body, you have to notice your symptoms and signs, and then adjust your workout routine accordingly. That's it. Initially, if you have trouble understanding what your symptoms are like, or when you're entering one phase or another, you can just use like an app to track your fitness. I use the period tracker on my Apple Watch, and when I start to see symptoms of ovulation, I will track them in the app. When I start to see symptoms of the luteal phase, I will track them in the app. And that basically allows me to keep like a sense of what is happening when, and then also adjust my workouts accordingly. Now, when you start to work out, you need to take care of your nutrition, because your body will require more energy than usual. If you are not supplementing with the proper nutrition, you will start to see detrimental effects, which is hair loss. You might not want to lose weight, and you might still end up losing weight. You might lose muscle mass depending on what kind of training you're doing. So you need to be careful about what you're putting inside your body. Start to eat healthier, eat a balanced diet, drink more water, and get enough protein. Guys, I don't know how many times I can say this. We are not eating enough protein as a country. And let me tell you, unless you have a kidney problem, or you have a liver issue, or you have a blood issue, you do not need to be scared of consuming protein. Most issues in our body happen because we have a very carb heavy diet. I'm talking about Indians specifically. Breakfast में तुम खाते हो पराठा, उत्तपम, डोसा, whatever. कोई कुछ भी कह ले, उसमें enough protein नहीं है. It's a carb heavy meal, okay? And what that does over a long period of time, it results in higher blood sugar spikes. It leads to increased fat storage, slowed down metabolism, insulin resistance, all of those bad things that we don't want to happen, right? I am not going to get into the science of that, because you are better off getting this information from a nutritionist. So I'm just touching upon it. But consult your nutritionist about this. Talk to them about your protein requirements, because I can guarantee that you're not getting enough protein. I have done enough research in the last 5-6 years to understand that this is true. But yes, I would urge you to go ahead and do your own research as well. Use a calorie tracker if you have to understand how much protein you're actually consuming. Up to 1.6 grams per kg of body weight is actually quite safe for both men and women. So that's like a good benchmark to start. When I started measuring my protein intake, I was having about 30 grams of protein. So as somebody who weighs 65-70 kgs, that is a very low protein, so which means the rest of my diet was just carbs and fat, and that was probably the reason that led to a lot of the issues in my body in the first place. A person weighing 70 kg should consume about 100 grams of protein a day, and that is clearly not happening for the most of us. And yes, if you can get all of this protein from your diet, that is awesome, right? So somebody who consumes non-vegetarian food for all 3 meals can very easily get to this target just by eating food alone. But if you can't, there is no harm in supplementing with whey protein. Whey protein is natural, it is derived from milk. Unless you have a casein or a lactose intolerance or allergy, that's a different story. But if you are normal, if you can tolerate milk products, then whey protein is a great source of protein. And if you're in doubt after all of that ICMR guidelines that came out, listen to this by Dr. Manan Vora. He is an orthopedic surgeon and a sports doctor. Listen to it.
Protein supplements are unnecessary and they can actually damage you. Well, if you were to believe the ICMR's latest guidelines, this is exactly what they're saying. Now let's dig deeper. अभी उन्होंने बोला है that when they are taken in excessive amounts without adequate hydration and without dietary balance, issues can happen. एक्सेसिव अमाउंट्स का मतलब क्या है? पूरा दिन हम बैठ के प्रोटीन सप्लीमेंट्स थोड़ी खा रहे हैं या थोड़ी पी रहे हैं. यू कैन कंज्यूम अप टू 1.6 grams per kg of body weight of protein per day and you are not going to get that with your regular diet. Please embrace protein supplements. Obviously, you're going to hydrate throughout the day. 2 से 3 से 4 लीटर पानी तो हर कोई पी ही लेता है. And next is without dietary balance. Who's not eating carbs and fats along with proteins? Obviously, you're going to have a well-rounded balanced meal anyway. इसके अलावा they have raised some concerns about it causing some kidney strain. Mind you, protein supplements will not impact you unless you have a pre-existing kidney or liver condition. Don't listen to anyone who says this, even if it's ICMR. They have also said protein supplements have BCAAs branch chain amino acids which can increase the risk of developing non-communicable diseases. Nonsense. BCAAs are great for your overall metabolic health. And lastly, for those who say I prefer natural sources only, whey protein is a natural source of protein. It is derived from cow's milk. Even breast milk has whey. Guys, open your eyes. Don't believe anything you see on the internet.
I personally take the whole truth whey protein. I take the chocolate wala flavor because I don't like the plain flavor, honestly. And I add like a little bit of monk fruit to it to make it sweeter. And then I add a little bit extra cocoa powder to make it more chocolatey. And it tastes delicious. Also, keep in mind that having protein does not mean that you should skip out on other macronutrients. You still need your carbs, you still need your fats. You actually just need a balanced diet that contains all of your macros and then also contains antioxidants, vitamins in the form of fruits and vegetables. Balanced diet is the way to go, my friends. And if you have a particular condition, if you have a particular problem or a disease, please consult a nutritionist. Apart from protein, a few other supplements that I personally consume to help with faster recovery and to just generally manage my health is 1, magnesium at night before going to bed. Magnesium has been known to improve sleep, to speed up recovery. It also helps with nerve health, so that's a bonus. And yeah, overall, people who work out can actually benefit a lot from magnesium. If you're still concerned, again, consult a nutritionist and see if they tell you to take it. If not, you can continue your life as is. And I also take this PCOD powder from my duty to help manage symptoms of PCOD, like that sugar management, fat metabolism, all of those things, and it has been working really well for me. Hi you guys. Okay, so one thing that I forgot to mention in the main video is that your sleep is just as important as your workout routine, just as important as your nutrition, actually even more important than both of those things. Your sleep has to be factored into your workout routine, right? So you cannot do an intense workout, you cannot work out 6 days a week if you are not sleeping properly, because that is going to be added additional stress on your body. If you are somebody like me who has PCOD, or if you're a woman who has menstrual issues, this is going to make them worse, because not getting enough rest is a stressor for your body, and I cannot stress this enough. So for example, yesterday night, I didn't get enough proper sleep. So today I'm actually going to skip my full leg gym day workout. And instead I'm just going to walk for a little bit, make sure that I keep my body moving, but at the same time that I'm not putting it under additional stress. Sleep is very, very, very important. If you're not getting enough recovery, your results are not going to show. Your workout is not going to show you the results that you're looking for unless you are also supplementing it with the right nutrition and with sleep. Proper sleep, 8 to 9 hours, hands down, without a doubt. We've spoken about a lot of things already, but these are just a few quick tips to keep in mind. 1. Stop comparing yourself to fitness influencers online. Fitness is not your life, it is a part of your life. And secondly, you don't have 4 hours in the day to work out and, just click selfies in the gym all of the time. So stop comparing yourself to them. Take inspiration if you want to. You can learn how to do things from them if they're like certified coaches or trainers. But apart from that, don't sweat too much about fitness influencers. 2, you do not have to spend 2 hours in the gym or 2 hours working out. Even 15 minutes, even 30 minutes is absolutely okay. Whatever you can fit into your day without stressing yourself out more than you need to, that's great to begin with. Eventually, once your body adapts to it, you need to go above and beyond. You need to start working out more so that you can maintain your health in the long term. 3, it takes time to see results, no matter what result you're looking at, whether it's weight loss, whether it is muscle building, whether it is building endurance, whatever your goal might be, it takes some time to see results. But this is one thing, these are results that nobody can take away from you. So practice patience and give yourself a little bit of compassion, and remember that if you miss one day here or there, that's not going to ruin your progress. That does not mean that you have to quit. You can always just come back and start working out the next day. 4, gamifying the process makes it so much more fun. So me and my friends have synced our Apple Watches and we challenge each other to complete workouts during the day, or to beat our calorie goals, or to beat like the amount of time that we're working out at, and that just keeps us all a lot more motivated. Another thing that we do when we play games together like golf or badminton, etc., is a winner's meal. So whoever wins gets a free meal. And that actually makes the entire activity so much more enjoyable, so much more fun, and you can definitely try doing that. 5, lifting heavy will not make you bulky. You know how much time people who are doing it naturally, spend in the gym to try and gain like 3 kilos of muscle. It takes them over a year. So who are you to think that you will go to the gym and become suddenly, start looking like a man? You won't. Don't be afraid to lift heavy, because when you start doing that, you actually start seeing much better results. Personally, I have experienced this, and that is why I'm telling it to you. 6, motivation is going to fluctuate. No matter who you are, no matter how long you've been working out for, motivation is going to fluctuate. That is why having a plan really helps. It is so helpful to rely on something that's just listed down. You go to the gym, you open your phone, I see it on my app, and I do that workout that day. Easy peasy. And finally, working out with somebody else or working out with a group of friends, with a partner, is insanely more helpful and insanely more enjoyable. It just keeps you in the groove. There's somebody to talk to, there's somebody to bounce off ideas with. There is also somebody to spot you in the gym, and you don't have to go up to strangers and ask. Although the culture in the gym is very cordial, very helpful, and that's okay. You can actually go up to people and they'll help you out. But if you're the kind of person who does not like to interact socially, working out with somebody like a friend or a partner is a great way to go about it. I haven't filmed this in the gym because honestly, I'm uncomfortable filming in the gym. Any clips that you see are very old that I took because there were people around with me to help me film. And they also just took these clips of me sneakily. But overall, very uncomfortable filming in the gym. So I'm never going to be able to film like a full workout for you guys. Okay, so like I mentioned before, I am following the BPN training 12-week hybrid athlete training program. And it has 3 running workouts and 3 strength training workouts. The week, Monday basically, starts with a running workout. It's a 45-minute aerobic run, which is created to build endurance. But the BPN app itself does not have guided runs. For that, I use the Nike Run Club. I just put on my headphones, start the 45-minute run on the Nike Run app, and then run. So that's my workout for Monday. On Tuesdays, it's usually push day and push and core. Push is your chest workout and your tricep workout. So any activity that involves pushing essentially. So this will have exercises like chest press, shoulder presses, tricep kickbacks, incline dumbbell press, things like that. Basically that work the chest region and the tricep region. And this takes me about 60 minutes to complete. I finish it off with like a 15-minute walk and stretching, okay? Then the next day is again a running workout. So this is a slightly different running workout. It's not an endurance running, but a track running, which varies your pace throughout the run. Again, I use Nike Run Club to follow along and just do the guided run because it's easier that way and I don't have to keep checking my watch every few minutes to realize when I have to, switch up my speed, etc. Then on Thursday, we come back to the gym and we do a pull workout. So pull is your back and your biceps, which involves deadlifts, which involves lat pull downs, pull-ups, bicep curls, hammer curls, all of those exercises. I'm just putting a screenshot here for your reference so you can see that these are the sets, reps, etc. that we do. After Thursday, we have Friday. Friday is again one more running workout. Again, this is an endurance run, 45 minutes, run on a very slow pace. Done, dusted, great workout. I really love running workouts because they're so efficient. In 45 minutes, you are done and dusted and you have burned so many calories. Great, love it. And then on Saturday, it's legs. So actually, the BPN training app tells me to do 2 workouts on a Wednesday, which is a pull workout and a running workout together. But like I mentioned, don't have the energy or the time to do that. So I just space it out and then I do my legs on Thursday. So legs involves everything, which is your hamstrings, your quads, your glutes, different muscles of the body, different muscle groups of the body. And yeah, that also has like a core component, which is your abs, etc. for training. And उसके बाद मेरे पास energy नहीं होती है walk करने की because it's quite an intense workout. So I do that, I stretch and I go home, and Sunday is usually a rest day. Now during the week, if there are times where I feel like भाई नहीं हो रहा है या energy नहीं है, or maybe I've had a very intense leg session on Saturday and I've still not recovered fully till on Sunday and I still need a Monday to rest and recover, I will take that rest day. I will rest. I will ensure that, there is no more soreness in my body and that I can actually take another day of workout instead of over training. So now I understand my body well enough to be able to do those things, and that is my takeaway for you guys as well. You can tailor your plans to fit your needs. You can tailor your plan to sync according to your cycle, but having a plan in the first place is really, really helpful. So yeah, that was a pretty lengthy video, and if you guys stuck around till the end, kudos to you guys. I cannot wait for you guys to start your fitness journey. And what I actually want you to do after you watch this video is to, 1, make a plan for yourself. Let's start with 3 days a week. Make a 3-day plan for yourself on what exercise or workout you're going to do. Go check out the links I've shared. Go check out the creators I've shared. Go check out the plans that I've shared. Pick whatever fits your fancy. Pick out 3 days in the week, and you are going to start with 15 to 30 minutes of working out on those 3 days. So that is one thing that you're going to do. And then, as you begin to get consistent, I want you to come back here in the comments and tell me your story. Tell me how you started working out, how it has helped you, because I want other people to get inspired. Share your journey with others. Even if you don't want to do it publicly, share it on your private Instagram, with friends, with family. Because I cannot tell you how fulfilling it is to actually share your journey, because it inspires so many other people to take that step. I know that my fitness, this thing has inspired my mom to start walking and taking her health seriously, and that is honestly one of the best things I could have asked for from this. So don't leave me hanging. I want you to come back here and share your story. If not here, then on your Instagram. Tag me if you want to. I'll repost it. I'll share it on my Instagram, and then we can inspire people together. Go ahead, do your homework, share your fitness journey with others, and come back next week for another one. And I will see you guys very, very soon. I love you. Bye.